Hello guys, welcome to my channel Gustography, and in today's video I'll be doing a tips and cares on Hoya Wayetii. Guys, I just want you guys to look at this beautiful massive Hoya, and this is actually not my biggest Hoya. I actually have the mother plant hanging out in literally hanging out on a tree that I have in my front yard. So I'll be giving you guys tips and cares on this Hoya in two different perspectives, since I have it outdoors and since I have it indoors. So just keep on watching this video if you guys just bought this Hoya online, or if you guys have this Hoya and it's new to your collection and you're trying to see how to care for this Hoya. Just keep on watching my video. Let's just get started with Hoya Wayetii tips and care. Alright guys, so this is Hoya Wayetii, and this is a this is a Hoya that belongs to the Philippines, or that it originates, its habitat is from the Philippines. So like I said before, you always have to know where your Hoya comes from. So this Hoya is native to the Philippines, and it's part of the Apocynaceae family. So one of the things that I want to mention about this Hoya is that even though this Hoya grows humongous tendrils, as you guys can see right here, it has humongous tendrils, it actually does not like to climb, or in my experience, in my experience, it likes to dangle down. It does grow vines, however the vines always tend to go down. This one is going down as well. The tendrils tend to go down, so this Hoya does not like to climb up. If you have it in your possession, make sure that you have it hanging, because that's where it likes it best. It likes to be hanging on a tree branch, maybe on, like if you have it on a bookshelf inside your house, have it on the top so that it could dangle all the way down. It's a very magnificent Hoya, and it's very low maintenance. For soil, guys, I have it in a orchid bark with cocoa husks and a little bit of perlite, and that's pretty much all that I have it in. It likes to stay on the dry side. It doesn't like to stay on the wet side. I don't water this Hoya that often, so that's why I do have like a very barky, chunky mixture, so that it doesn't, so when I water it, it kind of keeps the water within the orchid bark, kind of stays wet for a longer time. So I do recommend, if you guys have this Hoya, make sure that you have it in a nice nice aerated soil, so that it does drain out a lot of the water. It does not like to be sitting on water. This Hoya is kind of like an epiphyte. It does not like to be sitting in water for a very long time. So that's something that I do recommend for you guys, is to have it with a nice soil that doesn't retain a lot of water. In the Philippines, this Hoya, it's found on the bottom of the trees, not literally climbing up, but just like at the bottom. So it does like to be shaded. It does really well with shade, but it also does really good in sun, I've noticed. The plant that I have outdoors, the Wayetii that I have outdoors, gets plenty of direct sun and bright light, and it also gets plenty of shade. It gets everything in one day, since I have it hanging on a tree. So when this Hoya gets lots of light, the edges of the leaves start turning a little bit more of like a maroon, purple, brown color. Normally they are a dark brown, almost looking like black. So I think that's really cool. And also when the new leaves start to come out, the new leaves don't really have a margin, and they do have like a nice brownish hue to them without losing the greenness out of the leaf, if that makes any sense. They're green, but they do have like a nice burgundy hue to them, and they look so cute. They look like nice little taco shells that you get from Taco Bell. As far as for pests, this plant does not get many pests. It does get a lot of spiders, and the plant that I have outdoors hanging from a tree, it only gets like spiders, like spider webs. And not that they're like bad, and I actually like spiders on my plants. I feel like spiders are really beneficial insects to anyone that owns plants, since what they do is that they eat insects, and if your plants gets infected with any like fungus or infestation, the spiders will eat those little insects, and they will help you out in the long run. So I feel like if you have spiders in your plants, don't freak out, don't kill the spider. The spider is there to kill the insects that your plants collect. So I feel like spiders and ladybugs are really beneficial to us. So keep them in your plants, don't kill them. For propagation, guys, this Hoya, it's really easy to propagate. I feel like since it does have, I'll show you guys here this tendril. These tendrils have lots of air roots, a lot of them. So you can just cut them up and cut them below a node, and then put them in soil or put them in water, and that'll grow roots, and there you go, you have a new plant. This Hoya, it's very easy to propagate. You can, like I said, you can just cut where the node is, right below a node where it has lots of area roots. This is a perfect example right here. This has it's a node with area roots, so you can, if you want to, you can just cut below the node under the area roots, put it in soil and it'll start growing leaves for you. I think that's really good. And this is something that I noticed that this Hoya does. It grows lots of area roots. Very easy to share with your neighbors, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, and your aunt, your grandma. If you want to give them a little Hoya for the holidays coming up, this Hoya loves to give off lots of tendrils with lots of area roots, as opposed to like a publicalis that just goes tendrils with nothing in them, just like a nice, like a vine with nothing in it. This one grows the vine, but it also grows the area roots. And I feel like this Hoya does do that because it does need a lot of aeration. If you guys have this plant indoors and you guys are not giving it plenty of light, at least give it air circulation, airflow. Have it maybe like in a hallway, or maybe have it in your living room next to a window where it gets a lot of filtered air. If you guys have it in your bathroom with just no light and no air, this Hoya will start dying. It will start to turn yellow and the leaves will start falling and you will kill this plant. This plant needs a lot of bright lights and a lot of airflow, air circulation. That's what makes this plant grow the tendrils longer in my experience. The flowers on this Hoya are magnificent, and I know that not a lot of people like the flowers on Hoyas. However, I do, and this Hoya produces a really nice deep maroon burgundy color Hoyas. The weird thing about this Hoya when it flowers is that there's two ways. If you have it indoors with not a lot of shade, the flowers will actually stay open like this, like you will be able to tell the petals. But if you have it outdoors with a lot of bright light, I feel like the flower, instead of opening like this, kind of curls up, like it curls up, and then the flowers will just look like a little circle with the little corolla in the center, if that makes any sense. So if you have it outdoors, the flowers will look like a ball, and if you have it indoors, the flowers will actually be nice and extended. The scent, the fragrance for this Hoya, it's very weak. It's not that of a strong fragrance. At the beginning, maybe like the first 1, 2, or 3 days, it has a very undetectable scent, but however on the 4th or the 5th day it starts getting sweet and the nectar starts oozing out of the flower, and it starts smelling like kind of like berries and like a sour, kind of like a tart sweet raspberry. It's a sweet berry, but it also has like a tartiness in it, and I think it's very cute. The flowers look very cute and it smells really good. So there you go if you guys are thinking of having this Hoya flower for you. That's pretty much all I can say about this Hoya, guys. It's a very low maintenance at the end of the day. If you have it indoors, I only recommend for you guys to have it where it gets a lot of bright light, and it also gets a lot of air circulation in a hallway, maybe in your living room next to a window, maybe under like a ceiling fan. And if you have it outdoors is where it likes to be. It doesn't mind getting 100% sun, because I have my Hoya outdoors and it gets maybe like 90%, like 70% sun, and it doesn't get scorched. I also have it where it rained last year. It was raining heavy, and it drank a lot of water and nothing really happened, but that's because it had nice orchid bark, chunky soil that it didn't really stay wet for a long time. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just as long as you don't keep this Hoya wet and you give this Hoya lots of bright light and airflow, you'll have a magnificent Hoya. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other questions, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, like I always say, please do not forget to drink water and water your plants. Bye.